What you're seeing is the city of Marseille's old port from the Fort St. Nicholas, the Santa Claus one. You can sort of see the Chateau d'If too, which is the prison from the Count of Monte Cristo. I didn't know any of this at the time, but we were in Marseille to get our medical exams to renew our visas, so we weren't there very long, but we were there long enough to eat at McDonald's. I don't think it was any one person's idea, but certainly no one was against it. And I'm not going to apologize. I was certainly curious to see if it was the same. And it was, just more expensive. It still leaves you with that feeling of indigestion and guilt. It's right here. It was fine though. It was fine. They have another fast food chain here called Quick, and it's about the same thing. There's not really a big difference. They have a burger called the Strong Bacon, and that's not a translation. It says in big letters Strong Bacon outside the restaurant, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking about fast food. Obviously, this country has more to offer. The food is great. The food is great here. Last night I ate this roasted liver. I had this cabbage that had been allowed to soak in wine all day, and it was wonderful. And they try to explain these things to me about how they made it in French, but usually all I can catch is the ingredients. But this one in particular was really good. All the food is really good. The big difference is the price. It is more expensive here. And a lot of us were disappointed to find out that that the euro exchange rate was doing well for a while, and then that changed. I guess they're working on some deal to resolve the Greek crisis thing, and so our dollar doesn't have near as good an equivalent. But what are you gonna do? We just finished our midterms this week. This is the start of fall break. We get a week off. I'm taking 5 classes. I'm taking 2 government. I'm taking a French language course, of course. And I have global marketing and a literature class, literature and film class, which is cool. So, yeah, it's a heavy workload considering I'm abroad, and you know, it's at least an essay or 2 each week. But you know, it's manageable. I don't think it's anything that was different from back home at UT. One thing I'm getting asked a lot by people back home is, has my French improved? Yeah, it's improved, but I went from speaking at a kindergarten level to now I'm at a 1st grade level. It's not very good, but I think I understand more. I don't speak more. I'm still struggling with that. Obviously, writing's a lot easier because you have all that time to sit down and think about it, but you don't get to think when you're at a restaurant and you want to order something. So, the other thing I get asked a lot is are the French people rude? Are they impolite? You know, do you find them easy to talk to? Do they hate Americans? These are all valid questions. Yeah, we've had that a little bit. I'll answer the last question first. My own question. I had a homeless guy come up to me and just tell me to go home, and just go with all my American friends and just go home, and just yelling at me and just had a bottle in his hand. It was like at 1 a.m. too. So other than that, no, I don't think they're rude. They're very proud of their language. They want you to speak it correctly, but I think most of all they want you to try. So if you're trying, you're in good shape. Yeah, the people are fairly agreeable. You know, I have a wonderful host family. They're all very nice, and I couldn't be luckier. Students too. I think they've all had a relatively easy time. There are a couple exceptions, some horror stories, but yeah, I think it's been wonderful. I really like the weather here. I really like it's the south of France, obviously, and it's been pretty chilly these last couple of days. It's been pretty cold and rainy, but for the most part, it's been really agreeable, and it's still 60s, and it's nice outside. I mean, it's nice now. I'm glad that I chose this place, and I think the footage, like all of the footage I've taken, all the pictures I've taken, should reflect that. It's really beautiful here, and it's old, but there's something about the way that the sort of new architecture lives alongside the Roman architecture that's there too. So as I said earlier, this is the beginning of break. I'll have more time to get some videos up. But Paris was one. Saint Remy, we went on a trip with some of the other students. And then for November, I've got quite a lot to do. I'm going to Geneva next week, in 2 weeks. Then I'm going to Nantes to go visit my girlfriend, and going to Casablanca, Morocco after that. Going to Milan, Italy, and all that stuff. For those of you who didn't know, I'm going to be here in Europe until January, because I don't have to go back to school until later, and I'm going to go visit some friends in Germany and do all that. So hopefully I can get more done. This is just sort of catching up. So we'll see you soon.